Hey everybody, and welcome back to Awesomer. For this week's video, I decided to create a home for a single dad, his daughter, as well as his pet raccoon. So before I create any build, I usually like to design a household that I'm thinking will move into the home. So in this case, we have the dad, Luke Wolff, who wants to be a chef one day. He's very outdoorsy and loves the arts. Then we have his daughter, Sylvie Wolff, and she wants to be an artist one day when she grows up. She's also very cheerful like her father, and I kind of imagine her, although looking like her father a lot, kind of inheriting those artist traits from her mother wherever she may be. And last but not least, we have their pet raccoon, Jam, who I imagine they adopted as they were leaving the city for the new life, kind of in the middle of nowhere, where rent is so much cheaper. Going with that idea, I decided to create a very small but yet functional home, and in the end it turned out being a tier 2 tiny home, which I'm very happy about. And when I first started though, I was trying to be very fancy and use columns and all sorts of shapes, but then I realized nope, that costs way too much simoleons, so I decided to stick with a very basic rectangle shape and use the platforms to create a little porch in the back because it didn't take up too many tiles and it really made it nicer and more polished of a build. And so with that, I kind of got a very nice little base that I was going to use, and I quickly roofed it so I had an idea of what the final product would look like. And I spent way too long picking out all the individual doors that I was going to put in the build. In the end, I decided to use the little doors and create a little hallway and use the base game plain white doors for all of the rooms. And then for the front door, I spent another way too long period deciding what to pick because I didn't know whether I wanted to be very basic and stick with a single tile door or go with the 2 tile, which will take up more space but looks much more nicer. And then I decided to add some giant glass panes in the master bedroom to really brighten up the place and keep like the little white fenced windows for the rest of the home because they are super cheap and they kind of match the doors and they look really nice. Then I was just trying to configure what the kitchen would look like and making sure that I could at least fit counters in the space. And once I found out that I could, I started out with the bedroom. I always like starting out with the bedrooms because I think it sets the tone for the rest of the build, because the bedroom is where your Sims spend most of their time sleeping every day, like normal humans do, and this bedroom really represents what the Sims are, like their personalities. It's the perfect space to do that. And so I went with like very simple furniture, kind of industrial almost, with the plaid matching his shirt from when I did the Create a Sim. So I put him in a little plaid shirt, so I thought his bed sheets would look like that, would be very cute. Then I added like a little green bed, and then I was thinking about adding a bookshelf or a desk, but then I realized no, let's keep a craft table because we already have a desk in this house. They don't need more than 2 desks. So I went with a craft table because it's perfect for like artistry, because I believe that young Sims can't quite use the art easel yet. And so there isn't much space for an art easel, and I thought a little craft table is perfect. Maybe for a birthday present, this child will get their wanted arts easel, their prized arts easel, but in the meantime they have a very simple kitty art desk that the dad probably picked up from a secondhand shop because it's just all really nice. It's definitely well worn and loved, which I really like the look of. And I really clutter up the shelves and really added way too much clutter again, but again, as I said, clutter equals personality and it makes the room kind of come alive. Then I spent a really long time trying to decide on curtains to use for the build. Then I kind of concluded after like hours, not really, but hours, that none of the curtains work, so I decided to just take out all the curtains because they just didn't add anything to the build and it just made the room too dark. So I just kind of added some posters in the end, added a really nice rug to tie everything together, and added some more clutter because it's a kid's room. I think when we were all kids, our rooms were not nice and pristine. We had lots of clutter, we had lots of junk, probably, at least I did, and it's just filled with everything that we prize, and it's just really nice because it looks really lived in, which I really love. And then the bathroom is very basic. I went with a lot of the seasons furniture and added the laundry day basket as well as washer and dryer to add more gameplay to it because I think laundry day is super fun. Even though it can be annoying at times, I really like having them kind of change clothes and put it in the bin and getting to see them wash it. I think that's fun. I love that stuff. So then I went with green counters because they're very eco-y and I really love green counters, and I never get to use them because they never match regular house builds. So I went with that for this build. I went with the little chipped white chairs that I think are very cute. They're like grandma chairs personally, and I tried to fit in a giant fridge, but I couldn't find any space for it. So I went with a little mini fridge, which kind of fits because they're a small family. They don't need to eat a lot. They don't need to buy lots of food. So I think that's perfect. And then I decided to re-roof the whole house because I really did not like the first roof. It just didn't quite fit right. So I went with a really basic slanted roof. You probably wouldn't see this in real life, or if you did, it would look much nicer and not clipped. But I think it works out pretty well in the end. I'm definitely not a pro roofer whatsoever. I think a lot of simmers here have lots of trouble using the roof tool. I think it's so hard. But I really like how it turned out in the end. And I also tried adding a pool in the little patio space, but it couldn't because the platforms didn't do that. And then when I put it on the floor, the fencing looked really bad. So I decided to keep the platform and just get rid of the pool in the end. And like the doors, I spent way too long trying to pick out a nice fence, which I did not use in the end. I used something else. And then in the end, here's my finished product. I used the terrain tool to paint the ground, added some greenery and some solar panels, a garbage can, some lights, and I think it looks super duper cute and very homey. So first off, we have the kitchen. We kept with the green. We added some sunflowers in the counters. You have a little sink. And then their little dining table, I think it's adorable. They have little plants on top. They have a little mug shelf, which is perfect, kind of like a little pantry for them to store their extra food, and I really love how it turned out. Then we have the kids' bedroom, which you've seen me build not too long ago, but I kind of added more clutter to it. I took out some pieces. There's a cute cat calendar because they love cats, and I like to think that they have a cardboard doll house because the dad can't quite afford a real one, and because the kid's also very creative, they kind of work together to create that cardboard doll house. And there's lots of clutter on the shelf, like little horses, cars, probably from their apartment back in their old life. And I think it's really adorable, and they have a little lighthouse lamp. I like to think that before they moved in, they stopped at the local thrift shop if there ever was one in The Sims. Honestly, I think it would be really cool if they had a thrift shop in The Sims. I would love to see that. But I guess that's kind of like a dump system that they have after adding eco lifestyle. I don't know. But I think that would be super cute, and so some of the furniture is a little bit worn, and I really love how it looks. There's pieces of wood furniture that looks chipped. I really like how it all ties in together. Then we have a little backyard that has a little planting station, has their little picnic table for outdoor eating, has a cat litter box for their little pet raccoon, and a little extra outdoor plants and some lanterns for in the night. I think it looks super cute. And then their bathroom, super simple again. Kind of added the robe, a little towel rack for more decor, and then added some paintings of a flower because I guess the little sunflower motif all around the home. A little pop of yellow for like joy and happiness, kind of brighten up the place. Have a little cat bowl, have a little cat bed outside in the hallway, which I really love. I really love how the hallway turned out. I think it's pretty cute. And then on the dad's desk, I added a computer and a little plant baby that the dad's probably raising because he's also pretty much of a green thumb since he loves the outdoors, as well as a painting of the mountains, which I like to think that he kept from his old life and that he brought with him here because maybe one day when he has the money or time off from work, they will go on an adventure, like him and his daughter, and they would go and kind of travel around and go see the mountains in person. I think that's a pretty cool goal to aspire to. That's a really nice story. And then we have the solar panels again, and I think it looks super duper cute. And with that, that is my build for the week. So I hope you enjoyed. If you do, like, subscribe. And remember, you can always download my builds from the gallery. Link in the description, and have a great day!